topic a lot of people are interested in, I think, is how much Spanish do you need to function in Colombia? Because a lot of people in Colombia don't speak English. And I have a friend here visiting me, and he has a few words about how important it is for you to be able to speak Spanish in Colombia to travel.
So I don't speak Spanish, and I've gotten along pretty well, but I've been accompanied by you for the last several days for the most part, and what I've observed is you don't speak Spanish either. You've said the word sí, señor, and aquí. And then you knew the word for fork, or you thought you did, but you were afraid to say it because you thought it might mean watermelon.
But it was fork. It was the right word.
Yeah, but you didn't say it. So I have from that concluded that you do not need to know Spanish to be here because I haven't heard you speak any.
Yeah. Now the point is, he hasn't been impressed by my Spanish, and yet we've been able to eat. We've been able to take transport. We've been able to walk around and get stuff that we need, and we haven't had any issues, right?
Right. I mean, the transport.
Although you did have an issue with the ice cream place.
Yeah. And somebody who spoke Spanish helped me out. Yeah, I mean, both of us are well-traveled, and I don't ever speak the native language, and you learn to get along. There are bumps in the road, like I don't eat meat, and so I had to kind of compromise on that here a little bit because it's hard for me to communicate that well. But you get adventure with it too. You can point to something, and then there's a surprise inside.
But you thought that I would be more fluent in Spanish for some reason, right?
Yeah, well, you told me you were more fluent.
And so you'd be kind of surprised that, this guy's barely speaking Spanish.
Yeah, you don't speak Spanish. That's fair to say. You do
right,
not. Well, you've been here for months.
You're waiting for me to say more Spanish stuff, right?
Yeah, every time somebody says something Spanish to us, I look at you and you have and I ask you, what did they say? And you say, I have no idea.
Yeah.
So, yes, you do not speak Spanish.
But I always say to you, but Dad, I've been here for a few months and everything's fine.
That's right.
Right?
Yes.
And now you've come to the conclusion that, okay, it is important that you learn Spanish and that you know Spanish, right? That it would be better.
It would be helpful.
But even if you didn't, you can still have a good trip here.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. Is that surprising to you?
Not really, because like I said, I've traveled around the world where I didn't speak the language, and you just get by, you figure it out.
And Colombia is no different from the other places where you don't speak the language.
Yeah, and obviously also if you want to, you can go to the more touristed areas, and those they will speak more English.
Now you did go to Obado, and you felt that there's more English spoken there?
Yeah, although the ice cream thing was in that place and they didn't speak any English.
I always when I'm with you and that happens, it's a great amusement that I watch you befuddled.
But you'd be equally befuddled.
I know.
Yeah.
Because she said things I never because it was that she didn't have change to give him, and I thought, well, and they wanted you to use a credit card. Right. Now, how often does that happen?
Right.
So when that happens, it's not like a common phrase that I would hear, hey, I don't have change. Do you mind paying by credit card? Right. So that never occurred to me that...
Yeah, she was just holding my bill in her hand and talking to me.
And we were both thinking, what the hell is going on, right?
Right, yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the guy behind me solved it.
No, but you could have used your phone to finally resolve that.
It would have been hard to do. I had pulled out my phone and I was about to start using it. The guy behind said, she's just asking if you want to pay by credit card.
And he does it with some superiority, oh, you idiot, right?
You stupid American.
I always feel like, so guys who know Spanish, when they have to help you out, they kind of give you a look like, this is Colombia. Why don't you learn Spanish, you idiot, right?
Right. And you've been here several months, so it's a fair question.
Do you feel the same way?
About you, yes.
Yeah, you feel the same way? Well, why isn't this guy...
Well, you told me you spoke some Spanish.
No, I didn't. I said I spoke some Spanish.
Yeah, you don't.
Well, maybe I do, but I'm hiding it from you. Did you ever think that maybe I speak Spanish, but I'm hiding it from you?
Oh, that's a good idea, yes.
Because I don't want to,
I'm good idea to hide it from me.
I'm very humble, and I don't want to,
It wouldn't be humble if you spoke the language.
No, it's like
that would reveal
I don't
want to
I don't want to and then you would feel inferior to me because I speak so much Spanish, right?
That's
so the fact that
the way it would make you
I
feel.
seem to you like I barely speak any more Spanish than you. Is that your impression? Like,
The fact that you studied Spanish, that would in your mind make me feel inferior.
okay.
I don't see your logic.
You leave this trip and you feel good because you say, well, I speak more Spanish than this guy.
That is correct.
Right.
As a
And
point of fact,
maybe
it's
that's
true.
my gift to you. That but it seems like I barely speak any Spanish.
You do speak
Okay.
barely any
Now,
Spanish.
is there some phrase that you think are like your best Spanish phrase?
Well, I told you coming here, the two I knew were "Dónde está el baño?" and "Dónde está la comida?"
Okay. And since you've been here, is there something new you've learned to say?
No, and I haven't used either of those expressions either.
You never had to ask to use the bathroom.
Correct.
Okay.
Because you see where the bathroom
Now
is.
you did use the second phrase as a joke to me. Is that correct?
Yeah, I use them both as a joke just because it sounds
Okay.
like I can speak Spanish,
Okay,
but I
but you
can't.
did use those phrases.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
To you.
Okay, to me. So
Yeah.
what you just said is not true. That you didn't use those two
Well, I
phrases.
didn't to Spanish speakers. I did
Okay.
to you.
But you did
as
say
my
that,
friend.
right?
Correct.
Okay. Now, do you feel the urge to learn more Spanish now you've been here?
No, because I'm going home today.
Okay. Now, I will tell you that I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna watch some more YouTube videos and I'm gonna pick up more Spanish. Do you believe that when you see me again that I might speak more Spanish?
Given that your current vocabulary is 3 words, I think you can add a 4th word. Yes.
All right.